Kingdom people, they want you to take away their shame. They want you to rid them of their shame. Because see, Kingdom people, these people are very embarrassed. They are very ashamed of the fact that they have done so much to try to take you down. And not only did it not happen, but they taking themselves down. And they feel really, really, really silly. They feel really, really, really bad. Because what it is I want to say they are being convicted, and they are, but they feel condemned. They feel really bad. And part of what happens in feeling condemned is, well, it's not a good feeling. It makes you feel shame. It makes you feel horrible, not only about what you do and what you've done, but it makes you feel horrible as a person. And here's the thing, Kingdom people, these people already are very insecure, and their low self-esteem is, I said their low self-esteem, I was going to say it's really low. Well, there you have it. Their self-esteem is really low. It's kind of like, how much lower can you go? How low can you go? And coming for you has made them feel really low. The after effects of coming for you has made them feel really low. They're feeling really ashamed. And remember, Kingdom people, although these kind of people move around acting real pompous and haughty and, you know, prideful, as if they're the greatest gift on earth, you know, these people have a God complex, so to speak. They have that, they act like that because they really feel low. They're covering up how low they feel. And they have to put on to give the image, you know, to represent themselves, I guess, to present themselves as something that they're not. In other words, they don't want people to know how they really feel about themselves. So they have to play a role, which is why these kind of people wear masks. And of course, you've pulled that mask off, and they feel exposed. They feel naked. They're feeling ashamed. They're feeling really ashamed. And what happens to Kingdom people is God uses you to deal with these people. They come for you. They do what they do. But ultimately, God is trying to get them to stop in their evil ways. He's trying to get them to repent and turn away from the weird way they're living and live for God. And one of the ways he does that is to bring them to their knees. You know, have their backs up against the wall, so to speak. Sometimes they have to hit rock bottom. And you know, they feel so low. As I said, how low can you go? There's no other way. There's no lower to go. And so the only thing there is to do is to go up. And the only way they can go up is if they repent and give their lives to God. Give their lives to God. At least stopping their evil, stop those evil ways. And the thing, Kingdom people, is that they want to feel better. They don't want to continue to feel this shame. That's a horrible thing that they're feeling. You know, they don't feel good about themselves at all. At all. See, the fact that they didn't succeed at what they were trying to do with you, it really shows them how powerless they really are. It really kind of makes them have to look at the fact that they were really pretenders. They really wasn't all that. And I'm not saying that to say, not to put them down per se, but with those kind of behaviors, you know, acting, being evil, pretty much, that's not it. And so that's what they're learning. And they're learning it the hard way. And unfortunately, sometimes, maybe it's not so unfortunate, that's the way that people learn. Evil people, when they do end up learning. And that shame, it's hard for them to take that. And they feel like the only way that they can come out of that shame is if you bring them out of it. And you may ask, how you going to bring them out of the shame? Well, if you just look past everything that they've done and allow them into your good graces, make it okay for them, tell them it's okay, so to speak, they'll feel better. You know, they won't feel so shameful. They feel like they feel like you the one that can remove that shame, because they feel like you the one that caused it. No, kingdom people, it wasn't you, but this is how they think they caused it. Their own actions, their own behavior. But they feel like if you overlook it, if you let them know it's okay, they can feel okay. They can feel better. They won't feel so shameful. And so, you know, it's kind of like they want you to take them out of their misery, so to speak. Think about it like this, kingdom people. They was coming for you real hard. Big time. So much so, it became an obsession. They was very much so invested in you. And yes, taking you down and whatever else they was trying to do. Copying you, being you, swapping your destiny, all that. They put a lot into you. And to put so much into you like that, and to fail at all of it, and now you're just feeling shameful because, you know, you got to see yourself for who you are, because that's what's happening. Now you feel weak and low because you feel defeated. Not you, but them. This is how they're feeling. Because all that attention was aimed at you, all that energy was aimed at you, they feel like you the one that can fix it. Because it happened because of you. Of course it's because of them, but you were their target in this case. You were the object of their infatuation. Of course, they've done this to other people, but remember, they succeeded with these people. They had no reason to feel shame because they were successful in their ploys. They were not successful with you. And again, they tried everything and they did things over and over and over and over and over. They exhausted themselves. And so now they feeling shame. And they want you to take them out of that shame. They need you to remove the shame. But it's not for you to do, of course. That's between them and God. They got to go through their process with God. They want so much to be what they see in you, which is a lot of reason why they came for you at some point, should I say. Now they can go through the process with God of being who God called them to be. So God could make them, you know, they can be too upright before God if they choose to. Of course, in their mind, that's not what they own. They just want to feel better. These are the kind of people, they don't like taking accountability. They don't take responsibility for their actions or behavior. They just want to feel better. And you can't learn and grow if you're not being accountable for yourself, your actions, and your behavior. You can't grow like that. Now, I'm not saying that they're interested in growing. I'm not even saying that they're going to turn things around. Prayerfully that they will. I'm just saying all this to say that that's what it takes to grow. When you're not willing to be accountable, in fact, kingdom people that are on a journey of growing and evolving and maturing on purpose, proactively, they are real fast to take accountability because they understand, we understand that that's part of being a growing person, a maturing person. And so you can't have one without the other. You can't want to be what you see in someone, but you don't want to do what's necessary to grow and develop to be that just for yourself, you know, in your own way. And so they just want to feel better. They don't want to do all the accountability stuff. And remember, they've been living like this for a long time. They haven't had to take accountability. They've been getting away. They think scot-free, but not really, because now it's catching up to them. And they just want to feel better. They don't want to have to feel the pain, the embarrassment, the shame. They don't want to feel that. They just want it to be taken away. And they want you, kingdom people, to take away their shame.